Hi friends, today we are proving a theorem, discussing a theorem which is named as Hölder's inequality, and the theorem states that for every sequence of scalars ai and bi and for 1 less than p less than infinity, we have summation modulus of ak bk is less than or equal to summation mod ak power p all raised to 1 by p and summation mod bk power q all raised to 1 by q, and the q is the number such that 1 by p plus 1 by q is equal to 1. Okay, we want to show this inequality holds for this sequence of scalars and a number q such that 1 by p plus 1 by q is equal to 1. Okay, first of all I am defining two quantities. Ci is equal to modulus of ai divided by summation mod aj power p all raised to 1 by p, and di is equal to mod bi divided by summation modulus of bj power q all raised to 1 by q. Okay, let us check if summation ci di less than or equal to 1. If this inequality holds, let us check what will be happen for this inequality. Okay, suppose this inequality holds, then this will implies that what is ci? Ci is this quantity, so summation modulus of ai divided by summation mod aj power p all raised to 1 by p, and di is this quantity modulus of bi divided by summation mod bj power q all raised to 1 by q. Okay, this is equal to summation, this is less than or equal to 1 will implies summation mod ai mod bi is less than or equal to summation mod aj power p all raised to 1 by p into summation mod bj power q all raised to 1 by q. Okay, so this inequality will hold if summation ci di is less than or equal to 1. If this inequality holds, then this will be hold. Okay, 1 will be hold. So it is enough to show this inequality is hold. So our ultimate aim is to show this inequality will hold for this ci and di. Okay, so first of all we will show to prove this inequality. First of all, so our claim is summation ci di is less than or equal to 1. Our claim is summation ci di is less than or equal to 1. For that, first we will prove ci di is less than or equal to 1 by p ci power p plus 1 by q di power q. Okay, this will prove graphically. Okay, we can show this by graphically. For that, first of all I am defining a function y is equal to x power p minus 1. Okay, y is equal to x power p minus 1. Since 1 less than p less than infinity, we have p minus 1 is strictly greater than 0. So we can draw this graph as, okay, y equal to x power p minus 1 and p minus 1 is strictly greater than 0. We can draw this graph. This function graph will be like this, and let this value be ci and this value be di. Okay, now I am integrating this function along the x-axis, that is integral 0 to ci y dx is equal to integral 0 to ci x power p minus 1 dx, which is equal to ci power p divided by p. That is, if I am integrating this function from 0 to ci along the x-axis, we will get the area under this curve up to ci. Okay, up to x is equal to ci, we will get the area under the curve. So this will be the value. This will be the integral. So I am taking the value as S1. So S1 is equal to ci power p divided by p. Okay, this is the area. Now I am integrating this function along the y-axis. Let's check. Along the y-axis, that is, we will call say S2. S2 is equal to 0 to di x dy. Now what is x? X is equal to y power. We have y is equal to x power p minus 1. So x is equal to y power 1 by p minus 1, and we have the relation with the p and q, that is 1 by p plus 1 by q is equal to 1. So 1 by q is equal to 1 minus 1 by p, which is equal to p minus 1 by p. So q is equal to p divided by p minus 1, and q minus 1 is equal to p by p minus 1 minus 1. This will be equal to p minus 1 divided by p minus 1, which is equal to 1 by p minus 1. So this 1 by p minus 1 can be replaced by q minus 1. So x is equal to y power q minus 1. Okay, so x is equal to y power q minus 1. Substituting this value of x in the integral, we get 0 to di y power q minus 1 dy, which is equal to di power q divided by q. So what I am getting is di. We integrate along the y-axis up to di. We will get the area under this curve as this. Okay, this will be the area named as S2. So S2 is equal to di power q divided by q. So this is S2. Now what is ci di? Ci di is the we have ci di is the area of this rectangle. Okay, ci di is the area of this rectangle. And what is S1 plus S2? S1 plus S2 will contain this area, and this area of ci di and this small region. Okay, and this small region. So S1 plus S2 is strictly greater than or equal to strictly greater than or equal to ci di. So ci di is less than or equal to S1 plus S2. So, and which is equal to 1 by p ci power p plus 1 by q di power q. So we get this inequality. Now we show that this inequality holds, and we are showing this by graphically with the integration properties. Okay, so we show that this inequality holds for our quantity ci and di. Okay, so we get that ci di is less than or equal to 1 by p ci power p plus 1 by q di power q. If summation I from 1 to n ci di is less than or equal to 1 by p summation I from 1 to n ci power p plus 1 by q summation I from 1 to n di power q. Okay. This is equal to I from 1 to n. We are only looking that if this inequality holds for finite quantities, then it will also holds for infinite number of terms. Infinite number of terms this will hold if it holds for finite values. So this will equal to 1 I from 1 to n. Okay. Now what will be this equal? This is equal to summation I from 1 to n, ci power p. Ci power p is equal to modulus of ai power p divided by summation j from 1 to n modulus of aj power p, and summation ci power p is equal to I from 1 to n. We will get summation modulus of ai power p divided by summation j from 1 to n modulus of aj power p, which is equal to 1. So this quantity will become 1. So this is equal to 1 by p into 1 plus, similarly this can be shown that this quantity will be equal to 1. So this is equal to 1 by q into 1. So this is equal to 1 by p plus 1 by q, which is equal to 1. Okay. So we show that summation I from 1 to n ci di is less than or equal to 1. Hence we get the inequality for finite number of terms. Hence we get the inequality for finite number of terms, that is summation I from 1 to n modulus of ai bi is less than or equal to summation I from 1 to n modulus of ai power p all raised to 1 by p into summation I from 1 to n modulus of bi power p all raised to modulus of bi power q all raised to 1 by q. Okay, this is hold for any number of n, then hence as n tends to infinity we get the same inequality. So this will implies summation I from 1 to infinity modulus of ai bi is less than or equal to summation I from 1 to infinity modulus of ai power p all raised to 1 by p into summation I from 1 to infinity modulus of bi power p bi power q all raised to 1 by q with 1 by p plus 1 by q is equal to 1. Hence our proof. So we show this inequality by graphical method. So let's wind up the class today. In next class we discuss the inequality named as Minkowski's inequality. Minkowski's inequality with the idea of Hölder's inequality. Okay, with the idea of Hölder's inequality we show the Minkowski's inequality. Thank you.